So I think we're live. Let's see. So hello, and welcome to the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series, round number 6, the great finale at the Nürburgring GP. My name is Sebastian, and I'm your host for tonight's race. So yeah, let's have a look if everything is working. Please let me know in the comment section on YouTube if anything is wrong, if anything is not working like it's supposed to work. So if sound is good, if picture quality is fine, and yeah. First up, welcome everybody in the chat. As I said, my name is Sebastian. I'm your host for today, and I highly appreciate you computing in the chat. So let me know if there are any questions, if there's anything wrong, if you have any kind of input for me where I can react on. So yeah, welcome. I see there are a lot of people in the chat already. Good afternoon, everyone. Midwest USA already. So welcome to America. Yeah, we're racing. As I said, it's the Grande Finale Nürburgring eSports GT3 series. We're racing on the Nürburgring GP track with the tight chicane. A lot of drivers already complained. Yeah, but it's the last of 6 rounds. So we drove 5 rounds before in one more likely beautiful tracks in Monza, in Barcelona. We drove in, let me quickly think. Last round was, I think, at Bathurst, one race. So Mugello was one of the tracks. So yeah, a lot of close racing. Last round in Barcelona, we had 5 drivers within an inch of a very close behind, so racing for the win. And I hope we will have that today as well. As far as I know, we do have about 36 drivers competing for the race today. Competing for the race today and for the win today. So a packed field. And the question in the chat already was which sim we're driving. So we're driving, as we do in all Nürburgring eSports bars, we're driving the original Assetto Corsa from 2013, obviously with a lot of mods, with a lot of improvements all over the place. So yeah, let's, I think we're jumping in the race very shortly. So yeah. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the stream as well. So we're jumping in the race as well. So we're racing a highly modded Assetto Corsa, which we're using in all of our Nürburgring eSports bars. For all the new viewers here, Nürburgring eSports is a sister company from the Nürburgring track company, and we're running at the moment 5 different bars, and we do have drivers in all of our 5 bars. We're running Assetto Corsa and all of our 5 bars are getting distracted by a lot of messages. So please be aware, as you may have already heard, I'm not a native English speaker, so please bear with me. And as we switch to the full picture and have the latest, last seconds of the qualifying, of the practice session. So I'm just informing the drivers that there you have it, switching to quali now. And this is the point we're going. The one thing I'll have to do today to switch to the qualifying, and there we have it, a packed field. All of the drivers in the pit lane starting their hunt for pole position. Antonio Manganelli, one of the important drivers, he's racing from our bar at Luzern Kriens. As I said, we do have 5 bars running, one obviously at the Nürburgring, another one in Koblenz. These are the 2 in Germany. And then we have 3 more bars in Switzerland, in Zürich, in Roche, and in Luzern. So welcome everybody watching from these venues. Welcome. And all the drivers obviously are sitting in one of our venues. We're driving with the full motion simulators built by ourselves, by our own sister company. So we're racing DR7 full motion racing simulators. All of the simulators in Germany have 7 actuators. The ones in Switzerland have 5 actuators. And as I said, we're running a full grid of full motion rigs. Everybody has the same equipment, nearly the same equipment. As you may know, a PC is always a little bit different. Yeah, but it's basically the same equipment for every driver, same entry, and they're all sitting side by side in one of our Nürburgring eSports bars. So as far as I know, we do have 10 drivers from the Nürburgring. We do have 9 more from Koblenz, and then 8 from Zurich, 4 from Roche, and another 4 from what am I missing? From Luzern. Yeah. So bear with me, as you already know, and I just said it. I think I'm not a native English speaker, but I try to entertain you as good as I can, and have all the action captured in 1 second. This is our champion, Maximilian Röhrig. He already won the championship. So there's nothing to race for him today, because he, as I said, already won the championship. But there's plenty of other places to go. Maximilian Röhrig won the first 4 rounds, and unfortunately, at the last round in Barcelona, he only finished 3rd. Was a little bit of a controversy in the last laps, because there was, as I said already, a close fight between all drivers between 5 drivers in the later stages of the race, and Antonio Manganelli did a very ambitious defending maneuver and tried to rescue his win from Maxi Röhrig, but wasn't successful and crashed into him. So Antonio got a penalty, Maxi lost the lead, and Jeremy Baumert, the Corvette driver we currently have in the picture, he was gifted the win at Barcelona. His first win for the season. As you may know, we're running with a F1 point system, so there is 25 points for the win and 1 bonus point for the fastest race lap. On top of the screen, you can see it's 16 minutes, a little bit more than 60 minutes left in qualifying. Some people disconnecting and trying to reconnect, probably with some difficulties in the streaming or in their equipment. Yeah, we're following the different drivers. This is Daniele Gaetani driving from Opfikon as well. Let me have a quick look and open up the entry list for tonight, so that I don't mess anything up for you guys. So yeah, it's Antonio Manganelli. Let me quickly zoom that. Okay, so Antonio Manganelli racing from Kriens. Yeah, that's the one. Setting up the first valid lap time, 1:57.4. That's a very, very impressive lap time to start with. Let's see. Michael Bauer, Mustang driver from the Nürburgring. He's the winner of the Nürburgring eSports Championship in 2024. We will get to that topic a little bit later. Herbert. We will get to that topic a little bit later. He won the NEC Championship 2024, and he's driving in his trusted Mustang. Setting up P2 or finishing on P2, his first flying lap. And yeah, one after the other, there are really competitive times. You can see, you can follow the times on the left. I think we opened up the timing screen a little bit more so that you can see, even if you're watching on a smaller device like a smartphone, something like that, so that you can see all the times and all the names. And as you can see, we're racing the RSRC GT3 pack. As I said in the early stream beginnings, it's a highly modified version of the original Assetto Corsa. And yeah, we are running a highly modified version. As you can see, it's the GT3 pack with a lot of different cars. Antonio Manganelli you saw earlier in the McLaren. Then we have here, there's a BMW M4 GT3, most likely the second to last newest version. Patrick Schischka in the Corvette, setting up a new pole position, provisional pole position time. Yeah, the Corvette, as you can see, and on the left side you can see all the badges from all the different manufacturers. So it's Chevrolet Corvette, it's McLaren, it's Ford, it's BMW, it's Ferrari, Lexus, beautiful sounding Lexus, by the way. I hope our race director, our stream director, will give us a little bit of a sound check on the Lexus at one time in the race. So nearly 15 minutes left in qualifying. After that, we will have a short break of 2.5, 3 minutes, something like that. And then there will be a 16-minute race with a mandatory pit stop. So this is what all the drivers already did the last 5 races. And they will do it for 6 races as well. So stay with me, keep engaged in the stream. Let me know if there are any issues, if you want to see anything in particular. And if you have any questions regarding our versions of AC or our Nürburgring eSports bars. So there's Patrick Schischka already back to P2, but the gap is very small, as you can see in the in Germany you call it Bauchbinder. I think in the footer of the driver it's not even a tenth. He is behind Maxi Röhrig. And as you can see, we're running the tight chicane, the one with the very high bumps, with the sausage curbs. And yeah, looks like it will be very competitive at the front once more. There's Sergio Tranicero. Let's keep an eye on him as well, because he did a very good qualifying the last time around and looked like he's very competitive, but then he had a spin in the first corner and yeah, got out of contention for the race win. But yeah, let's see if he's able to keep keep it up front for this race. Alexander Haupt, strong lap time in the Lexus as well. And now in the picture, Ingo Werner, one of the drivers from Germany. And bear with me, I will pronounce the German names in German, because yeah, it just feels right. And I always will, and I will try to pronounce the corner names if we're talking about corner names. For example, this is the AMG Arena. Sounds weird when I'm pronouncing it in English, so I will just stick with it in German. So bear with me if you have any questions regarding the new corners. There is a very famous new corner as well on the GP track today. Probably you read the press message today. There is a new partner at the Nürburgring already giving the name for one of the new corners. So this is a Goodyear Kehre. And on the picture, Niklas Groß, one more driver from the Nürburgring. As I said, there are 11 drivers from the Nürburgring. And yeah, let's see, Michael Bauer still in the race. He had some technical issues during practice, but at the moment looks like he is able to race. So let's see if there will be changes throughout the race. There is a race control as well. There is a race control as well. Let's see. Give me a little second. There's a guy. Yeah, nine. All right, so there's a somebody who is requesting a new seat. So that's the beauty. If anything is technically wrong, that we can just move seats if there is any free seat. But yeah, let's keep going and let's keep an eye on. Yeah, there we have it, Sergio Tranicero. That's the guy I was talking about earlier, with a very impressive qualifying performance in Barcelona at the last round, and now already up to P3 once more. Only about 2/10 behind our championship winner, Maxi Röhrig. Technically, he is championship winner. Yeah, he's 26 points in front of Jeremy Baumert. And but yeah, as I said, there's 25 points for a win and the fastest lap, and Maxi already has 4 wins. So no way to win it for Jeremy Baumert. There we have the beautiful sounding Lexus, as I was where I was talking about a little bit earlier. Alex Haug, strong performance at the moment, P7 for him. Antonio Manganelli taking on the pole position, provisional pole position for Antonio Manganelli. Let's see if he can take his win, his maiden win in the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series. He was very competitive all about the championship and getting faster from round to round to round to round. This was very impressive to watch, to be honest. And Antonio Manganelli, as I said, at the moment in provisional pole position with the first driver under 1 minute 57. So if you compare it to the real life GT3 times, which is, to be honest, pretty difficult because DTM is driving the short version of the track, and during most of the other races the Nordschleife is being featured at Nürburgring races, so very hard to compare times to real life, but it's just this is getting close. Just under 2 minutes is a very competitive lap time, and we do have a lot of drivers up until, let me have a look, P26, all drivers below 2 minutes. So this is, as I said, a very competitive field today, and as the championship progresses, as a lot of drivers getting used to the cars, getting used to the simulators, as we had new drivers all over the place in all of our venues. It's getting more competitive, even more competitive. And as I said, last race, it was amazing to watch, amazing to commentate for me, amazing to watch. 5 drivers fighting for the win, and having some drama in the backfield. And I'm really hoping that we can entertain you tonight again with one of the beautiful races just before the VLN or the NLS race on the real life Nürburgring starts on Saturday. A little bit of an appetizer for you here at Nürburgring eSports. I'm happy to be live on the Nürburgring channel as well. Greeting every new driver who's not watching sim racing that much or that often. So if you have any questions, Julio, guys, if you have any questions, welcome Julio from I think is it Colombia or Ecuador? My geography is not very good. So something from South America. Saludos, Julio. So if you have any questions regarding the sim racing stuff, please let me know. As you can see, we have 34 GT3 drivers on the grid, and I can tell you it will be a massacre throughout the whole race. It will be great to watch, great to see. Keep live, stay live. Bear with me, it's a 1 hour race, 6 minutes qualifying to go. We will have a great evening together. So Jan Emons, one of meanwhile very common design from Lanzarat, is live in the picture. Jan Emons, one of the drivers from the Nürburgring, taking the double apex I did for the track introduction very seriously. So don't clip the curb on the left. That's what I said during the track introduction, but he doesn't care. He does go up. So let me know. As you can see in the comments, community manager is asking if there are any people in the stream who already visited one of our bars at the Nürburgring in Koblenz or even in Switzerland. Let me know. Let us know. We get in touch with you. Then tonight we do have a very famous driver as well in P23. One or another from you guys will know this name. It's Assis Drives. So welcome the Assis Drives community as well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in the Nürburgring eSports sim racing family. So let's have a look at the top of the standings. It's Antonio Manganelli still with his 56.991 on top. Maximilian Röhrig in P2, beaten again by Antonio Manganelli. I think he was not on pole in Barcelona as well. And then Patrick Schischka in P3. Sergio Dranicero in P4, I wanted to say. But Michael Bauer improves his lap time to a very, very good 157.8. Hoping his simulator will not give up and keeps working throughout the whole race, because as I said, he had some technical problems. Sergio Tranichero back in P5, and in picture there is Jörg Koch rounding up to top 10 in P10, which is a very good result, obviously, for him. Then I have the teammate from Antonio Manganelli in the McLaren, the second McLaren, Victor Mestre Silva. He's driving from Roche. It is located at the Genfer See, very close to Lausanne. Yeah, Victor Mestre Silva, Sim 4 in Roche. So he has driven the GT3 series before. Had some good races, had some bad ones, but yeah, was very competitive. I think Mugello was one of his better races. So yeah, now I have the standings open and can tell you we started in Spa-Francorchamps, raced in Silverstone, Monza, Mugello, Barcelona, and the final race of the season, as I said, as you can already see, is here at our home track at the beautiful Nürburgring GP track. This time we're not racing the Nordschleife for reasons. It's always a little bit and more entertaining to see GP tracks with a GT3 car, and yeah, as I said earlier, GT3 cars don't race very often on the Nürburgring GP track. Very lonely. Noah Bolzhauser, one of the drivers from Zürich Opfikon, very fast driver, didn't set a lap yet. Although he set a lap, it's a 2 minute .331. And oh, Ferdinando da Pice with a stunning lap time, 1:57.4, moving up to P7, demoting a lot of drivers out of the top 10. So as I said it before, it's getting very competitive. Look at the times. It's up until P19, 1.5 seconds, up until Daniele Gaetani, 1.5 seconds between the first 19 drivers. That's crazy. That's crazy. And let's see what happens in the last 1 minute 30 before the qualifying is ending. So for all the new viewers in our chat and on our stream, when the timer is up, so when the time hits 0, every driver is allowed to finish their their lap they already begun. So there will be a lot more lap times. I don't see that many drivers in the pit lane. It's Jeremy Baumert in pit, as you can see on the left side. It's Niklas Groß in pits. It's Christian Frey. One of the new drivers. I think he is from Luzern as well, with a very impressive P15, finishing his first ever qualifying in Nürburgring eSports, at Nürburgring eSports, in the top half of the field, as well as Thibaut Ruffieux. Oh, sorry for pronouncing French names. So Thibaut in P16 as well. Very, very impressive. So where's my friend Tom Clesi? Yeah, Tom Clesi, P30 already. The most impressive thing from Tom Clesi is he's very, very young. He is our youngest driver. Welcome, Leon. Welcome, Leon, to the stream. That's the race director. Leon has now joined the server as well. So perfect timing for him. One of the drivers having troubles exiting the pits. Raphael Steffes, driver from P13. This is from on P13, driver from Koblenz. P13. This is not a position he will be sufficient with, or he will be satisfied with, better to say. And as you can see on top of the screen, now it's overtime. So all the laps started, can be finished, obviously. Jan Emons back to P20. Yes, not even, by the way, first two guys improved their time. Not even 2 seconds back, and he's on P20. This is so impressive, this field. I really like it. I really love it. Love to see that field. And let's see if he can improve his time from P21 in the meantime. So very difficult chicane. Oh, that's a big cut in the chicane. So you have to go around the bollard on the right side, and yeah, obviously invalid lap, and so he finishes the lap and goes back to the pit lane. Jörg Koch, another driver from Nürburgring in one of the more dominant cars this season, the Chevrolet Corvette, as well in P12. And here Max Grenzner, the next driver from the Nürburgring, back in P23. Let's see if he is able to improve his lap time up until the end of the qualifying. Maxi Röhrig finished his lap. He's on his out lap, so I think that means he's not able to set another lap time. So Antonio Manganelli taking pole position if anything new happens. Antonio Manganelli 156.8 pole position for him. Maxi Röhrig in P2, Patrick Schischka in P3, and now we wait for Alex Haug. Can he improve his lap time? Looks like he can't. So let's have a quick look in the live timing. So there's a live timing link. Let me quickly share it. Can I share the live timing link for you guys in the let me quickly have a look. Nürburgring YouTube. Oh, I can't share it. I will share it in the I can share it. Bear with me. I'll share it for you. I'll share the live timing so that you can have a really good look. So, zack. That is the live timing server. That is the live timing server. There you have it. I think it's coming to the chat in a few seconds. Bear with me. Yeah. So opening up the live chat once more. Yeah. Let me quickly. So let me round up the qualifying for you. As I said, Antonio Manganelli from Kriens in Luzern, taking pole position at the final round in his maiden McLaren 720S GT3. Maxi Röhrig in P2. Patrick Schischka, P3. Very good result for him. He's fighting for P3 in the championship in the meantime. And his teammate in another car, which is, yes, top, who is Michael Bauer in P4, Sergio Draniciero, strong outing in P5, Jeremy Baumert, only P6, Ferdinando da Pice, very strong, P7, René Schwarz, P8, Niklas Groß, P9. And as I said, as we are waiting for the race to start, we're introducing the new season, Nürburgring eSports Championship 2025. There we have it, the race calendar already live. Prologue will be already next week. I'm not sure if we will be live, but yeah, you will. We will have to test everything because what you can see next in the trailer, or in a second in the trailer. This will be a multi-class championship, GTPs, hybrid cars, and GT3. So we'll gift our drivers a prologue race where they can test how it's made with all the lapping and overtaking and everything else, so that we can sort out our stuff as well with the flying start, with a rolling start, and the safety car and everything else. And then 1 week later, 22nd of May, there will be Daytona. Round 1, same track as in the prologue. We will be racing in Daytona for the start. Very famous track for multi-class racing in this manner. Then, yeah, you can read it yourself. Qatar, Le Mans, Fuji. We orientated on the WEC calendar from the real world. And as well, once again, we're racing the finale at Nürburgring GP once more. Before that, yeah, a lot of interesting tracks. So there are some free spaces in Switzerland where you can So as you saw, a lot of action will be heading towards our racing community. So as I said, if you're interested in joining our championship, please go to our website Nürburgring eSports.com, go to championships, and there you can register for the Nürburgring eSports Championship 2025. Still a few spaces free in Switzerland. Unfortunately, Germany, speaking of Nürburgring and Koblenz, are fully booked already very fast. So you have to follow our social media channels to get a chance to early access our championships. Because the request is very high and all drivers are waiting always for these championships. Because, yeah, it's something different racing in our bars than racing at home. Let me tell you, if you're racing in our bars, you're sitting beside your opponents. You can talk about your racing. You can drink a beer afterwards. So this is something else. This is a very different experience to what you're used to be in, what you used to race in Germany. When you race at home. Sorry. Guten Abend, Herr Nürburgring. Hurkan. Good evening, Hurkan. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Nürburgring eSports family. Welcome to Sim Racing. So as you may have known, or may you know, on the Nürburgring channel, there are sometimes in the winter time especially, there are the DNS races. But we are streaming as well, and we are racing the whole year. As I said, the Nürburgring eSports Championship will start next week with the prologue, and 1 week later with round 1.
The atmosphere, the people here around are so passionate, so it's incredible.
I get goosebumps every time I see this.
The Nürburgring is really a very special place, and it's a very difficult place.
Oh, we missed the race start. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, sorry for that, but looks like we barely missed the race start. Antonio Manganelli keeping his car in front. Patrick Schischka overtaking Maxi Röhrig, and Jeremy Baumert already up to P number 4. And looks like everything was rather clean. There's Alexander Erben racing behind. Oh yeah, starting from the back. It looks like it was rather clean at the start, so sorry for missing the start. That was a little bit difficult. I see a lot of pop-up messages with crashes on the right side. Let me see. Assis Drives was there. Where is Assis? Back to P29, P28. A lot of close battles already. And yeah, let's see if the race unfolds as close as it was in Barcelona. It looks good. It looks good already. Sergio Tranicero, René Schwarz, Rafa Schwarz, Rafa Steffes, Ferdinando da Pice, the BMW Almeida from P6 to P9, all racing for a good position. Sandro Bolzhauser, one of the drivers from Opfikon, started P15 or is racing in P15 already. Don't worry, the standings on the left side will sort themselves out when the first lap is finished. But yeah, another BMW Almeida, as we can see, it's Sandro Bolzhauser, Kilian Lutterbach and Jan Emons. Drivers from Germany all over. No, Sandro Bolzhauser is from Switzerland. Oh, fighting for the outside from Kilian Lutterbach there, trying to overtake Sandro Bolzhauser, but yeah, failing to do so. And now he has to sacrifice his position to Jan Emmons, who's taking advantage of the overtaking trial from Kilian Lutterbach. But Kilian is fighting back on the start-finish line, trying to take back P number 17 from Jan Emons. But Jan, very late on the brakes, and can he get his car stopped? Pascal, very good avoidance there. Pascal Schmitz in the pink Aaron Dames Lamborghini, making sure to not hit anybody. This looks really, really clean this time. I'm really happy to see that. Alexander Erben in the pits, probably with some technical issues already once more, which is very unfortunate, but yeah, nothing we can do. Antonio Manganelli trying to run away with the win at the front, already about a second in front of Patrick Schischka. Patrick Schischka trying to get P3 in the championship. Let's see who is his rival. Yeah, it's obviously Sandro Bolshauser and Antonio Manganelli. 5 points behind Patrick Schischka. So if it ends like it stands now, Antonio Manganelli is taking over P number 3 in the championship. That race control, race direction already being very busy. Yannick Haas, 5 seconds time penalty. So we can give time penalties. Here we have it for Yannick Haas, who gets a 5-second time penalty, probably for causing a collision in the early stages of the race. So 56 minutes to go, as I said, we have a mandatory pit stop window. The pit stop window starts from minute 55 and closes just 5 minutes before the end. So 5 minutes after the start and 5 minutes before the end. Very easy to recognize and to remember for all the drivers. So then they have to do a mandatory pit stop. They're allowed to change tires, but it's not mandatory. They're allowed to refuel, but it's not mandatory. They just have to stay 60 seconds between pit entry line and pit exit line to make a valid pit stop. Other than that, let's have a look. Antonio Manganelli, Patrick Schischka, Maxi Röhrig, all close together up top. And then Jeremy Baumert in P4, already creating a little bit of a gap. And then we do have the BMW Armada behind. Sergio Tranicero, René Schwarz, Raphael Steffes and Michael Bauer. Falling back to P8 for some reason. We missed where that happens. But now we're on board with René Schwarz, who drove a lot of races in the last few races. The game name is Assetto Corsa. It's Vanilla Assetto Corsa, the original one, highly modified, obviously. I don't try to pronounce your name, Anza. Your full name, Anza, but it's Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa, this is the simulation of choice for us. It's probably, as you may remember or as you may know, there are probably a lot of license issues with all the great racing titles, and Assetto Corsa still suits our needs the best because we can modify and use it as we want it. One of the best simulations still on the market. As you can see, very, very many different manufacturers. I don't think you get that in any other racing sim, not even in ACC. So yeah, we're racing Assetto Corsa and we're watching the race unfold. The battle up top gets close, as you can see, as well as the BMWs fighting for P6, or yeah, rather, or better to say P5 already, and Michael Bauer just in between. Niklas Groß very strong in P10, and there we have the lead field. Look at this picture, what a great shot of racing. All the cars and drivers coming out of the last hairpin, the last turn, Hyundai N-curve, and approaching the start-finish line, or yeah, crossing the start-finish line to approach the Ravenol S, which is the first corner. There's a message. Okay. Okay, I have to sort out some stuff shortly. Yeah, but Antonio Manganelli trying to break the slipstream, whilst Maxi Röhrig took P2 from Patrick Schischka and is already up. This is in the benefit of Jeremy Baumert, who was able to close the gap to the top 3 and is now just in contention for the podium once more. So Maxi Röhrig, Patrick Schischka, Jeremy Baumert. This is the Corvette Armada we had in the first races, where they were very, very dominant. And I'm happy to see that Antonio Manganelli, even Michael Bauer and Sergio Tranicero, the different manufacturers, different brands are able to compete for the win. BOP always an issue in these multi-brand series. Yeah, Antonio Manganelli taking the very wide entry to the earlier mentioned Xiaomi corner. Xiaomi corner, crossing the AstroTurf, which is very slippery still. And yeah, Dimitri, it's Assetto Corsa, original Assetto Corsa once more. the Vanilla Assetto Corsa 1. And let's see. Yeah, that's on board with Maxi Röhrig going very aggressive over the curbs in the Vedol S. And coming out of the Hyundai N corner. Let's see if he's able to stay in the slipstream from Antonio Manganelli, whilst Christian Frey obviously did something very bad as he got a stop and go 10-second penalty. Obviously something very, very difficult. And as I was looking where Christian Frey is, he's in last place, P36 at the moment, and Alexander Hau is strong qualifying, but already back to P35. Very unfortunate for him. But let's see. The race is still long. It's still 50 minutes to go, over 50 minutes to go. Let's see if he's able to catch up once more. Maxi Röhrig, Antonio Manganelli fighting for the win. And yeah, Maxi Röhrig already trying to make Antonio a little bit nervous, trying to get him out of his rhythm, trying to take different lines. That's what he did. You can see approaching the corner from the inside. Just to show himself in the mirrors and make him a little bit nervous. That's what I was talking to the Baumert Motorsport Jungs named Röhrig, Maxi Röhrig and Jeremy Baumert. They were speaking about Antonio Manganelli, giving them a very good run for their money. But yeah, they also told him, yeah, it's rather easy to make him nervous. And let's see if Antonio Manganelli is able to prove them wrong and is able to defend his lead and his position here. I'm very happy to see when Antonio is racing here and taking the win from Maxi Röhrig, because he will be the first driver not from Baumert Motorsport taking a win in the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series. But yeah, still a long race to go, and drivers have to manage their tires, drivers have to manage their fuel. Obviously, fuel consumption is on 100%, tire consumption, tire wear is on 100%, and so it's not very easy. It's not very easy to manage the whole race with one set of tires and one set of fuel. So let's see. Let's see if they will be able to stay ahead and keep everything as it is in the moment. But yeah, probably we will see an attack or two from Maxi Röhrig throughout the race. We know him very good. He's a very patient driver. He did a very good job in the previous rounds when he was not leading. Most likely in the opening rounds he was leading and then running away with the race. But yeah, nevertheless, very patient. And yeah, in the matte black BMW, this is our special guest tonight. So welcome the RC Drives community. Welcome to Nürburgring eSports family. RC Drives racing in Zürich in Opfikon, one of the races, and participating in this championship. Maxi Röhrig and Maxi Röhrig, I was saying, Michael Bauer, and I think it's René Schwarz fight, or is it on it? That's Tranigero. Then this has to be, yeah, should be Michael Bauer and René Schwarz competing for P6. Michael Bauer obviously had a small mistake in the opening laps, fell back to P8, I think it was, and then now he overtook René Schwarz for P6. Let's see if he can close the gap. You can see the lead pack up front, Sergio Tranigero, a little bit in between, trying to close the gap as well. And now let's see if probably René Schwarz and Raphael Steffes are clever, tuck in the slipstream of our NEC 2024 champion and try. Oh, Maxi Röhrig with the spin! Maxi Röhrig spinning out of the Hyundai N curve, probably whilst trying to overtake Antonio Manganelli. But now he lost a lot of places, falling back up onto P8, just in front of Ferdinando da Pice. Unfortunately, we don't have a replay in this week. Some little small technical issues, but nevertheless, this was very unfortunate for Maxi Röhrig. I don't think he spun on his own. Must have been some kind of a problem whilst overtaking Antonio, or he got hit from Patrick. We will shortly know when race control gives us information. So let's see if I can go to the race control screen. No, there's nothing in. There's no collision warning in race control. Nothing in race control. So yeah, I don't know. Probably he spun on his own as well. So not even a collision with environment, or not a collision with another driver. This would have been put in the race control screen for us to see. Oh, there is a car on the right side. I think this was Tom Klesi standing. Michael Schumacher is just on the outside, but very patiently again waiting to join back in the race, which is very good to see. We had something different in the early stages of the race as well. Let me see if my friend Finn is racing today. No, he's not racing. Greetings to the community from Finn Schmidt as well. Let's see, yeah, Tom Klesi crashed with environment. Alex Haug with a crash, but yeah, Maxi Röhrig, I don't see anything. Probably he just overbroke or just broke too much and spun his car out in the last corner, which is very unusual for a driver of his class. But let's see how many places he can rescue, being in P8 around, I think, how much is it? I think around 6 or 7 seconds behind the lead now. Maxi Röhrig, 2 seconds behind Raphael Steffes, and it's, yeah, around 6 or 7 seconds behind the lead. There's Sergio Trani getting promoted to P4. In the qualifying, I was saying keep an eye on Sergio. He was very fast in the qualifying at Barcelona. And now it's slowly closing the gap to the top 3. Jeremy Baumert now again in P3 and Patrick Schischka in P2. But Patrick really has to finish the race in front of Antonio Manganelli. I said earlier, if it finishes like this, Antonio Manganelli will take P3 from Patrick Schischka. So Patrick Schischka really has to overtake Antonio Manganelli at one point of the race. But yeah, Patrick Schischka always a little bit or very clever regarding strategy during the race. As I said, we're racing the drivers have to do a mandatory pit stop during the race between now and the 5th minute to the end. So yeah, let's have a look. So that's not a race control message. Pascal Schmitz drive-through for cutting. This is our real penalty app, or not our real penalty app, but the real penalty app we are using. Drivers get 3 warnings during the race, and with the 4th warning they get a drive-through penalty. 3 warnings for cutting. So if you cut the track, for example, go wide in the AMG arena, exit of the AMG arena, or this corner, Xiaomi corner is as well a very common place. As you can see, to go wide. So yeah, obviously, yeah, 15 minutes into the race, obviously this can be an issue today where we can have to have an eye on. Drivers are able to, Tom Klesi, drive through for cutting, the second one. Drivers can slow down very much to the, if they cut the track, so that the cut doesn't count as a warning. So they can continue driving if they don't gain time. This is a good example, Max Grenzner. If he gained time by leaving the track that much, he will get a warning. And with 4 warnings, he'll get a drive-through. That's what it is, that's the rules. And let's see how many more drivers will get the penalty. Let's see, Daniel Kriens with the cut, Tom Klesi, yeah, he already got messages, getting a few messages already all over the place in race control. So there's Cedric Yali in the BMW. Pascal Schmitz took his drive-through, came out just in front, Cedric Yali. Yeah, there you have him, the Iron Dames Lamborghini taking his drive-through. Obviously, everything good, but drive-through obviously doesn't count to the mandatory pit stop rule. So he just lost a bunch of time. It's about, with the drive-through, between 15 and 20 seconds you lose by going through the pits. Let's have an eye on the front 3. Antonio Manganelli, Patrick Schischka, Jeremy Baumert. Nothing happened, still very close together. I think race director will switch to the other. Fabian Koch, the driver from Nürburgring, driving his second race at the Nürburgring GT3 series. And whilst Yannick Haas getting a 5-second penalty from race direction, probably causing a collision once more, because this is what race direction will look on very, very eagerly to keep everybody well behaving. Oh, that's a good shot. This camera in real life would have been toast, but yeah, nevertheless, we're racing in the virtual world, so every camera will survive, I can promise you. So, okay, a little bit of a Standbild. This is the fight for P2, Jeremy Baumert and Patrick Schischka. Let's see if Jeremy Baumert is patient and waits until the pit stop to overtake or to try and overtake Patrick Schischka, because obviously Jeremy Baumert is eager to secure the sixth win in 6 races for Baumert Motorsport, as Maxi Röhrig already spun out and has a little bit of a is a little bit too far behind in my opinion. Yeah, already 0.3 seconds behind Rafael Steffes, but then there are pretty big gaps. Assi drives with a drive-through penalty for cutting. This is driver number 3. I think we should make some kind of a list who gets a drive-through, and then we make a we crown a winner for the most drive-throughs. Tom Clisy took his drive-through. Very good, Tom. Good job. Back in P36 this time. Tom was very competitive in Barcelona last time, but this time looks like, yeah, it's a little bit off, and it has a little bit of a stinker of a race, I think. Sandro Bolzhauser, speaking of stinkers, very, very fast in the early races. Got a lot of good results and was supposed to be very fast in the early stages of the championship, but as we're getting more and more competitive over the last few races, he's only in, I would like to say only in P12, just behind Max Grenzner, who did a very good job with back qualifying already up to P11. Second best Ferrari on the grid. There we have him in the red and yellow Ferrari. But let's see, Sandro Bolzhauser from Zürich Opfikon, racing in Zürich Opfikon in P12. So as I see, chat is, or viewers are plenty. Please let me know, get engaged in the chat. Let me know if you want to know anything about Nürburgring eSports, about the championships, about our bars. Have you been in one of our bars before? Let me know in the chat. Keep engaged. Start getting engaged in this stream, whilst watching this great racing today. So, speaking of great racing, on top, our 3 guys. Even Sergio Tranicero closed the gap by to about a second, whilst Michael Bauer got one more position, I think, yeah, from the spin for Maxi Röhrig, before Michael Bauer in P5 already. So, no worries, but there's a little bit of a 3-second gap. Yeah, but here, Maxi Röhrig still trying to overtake Rafael Steffes, having troubles overtaking the BMW. This is what a lot of drivers told me. BMW is very fast on the straight, but now he's close. Now he's very, very close. Let's see if Rafael Steffes defends the inside line. Oh, no, he doesn't. In the, the Falkenbogen, that's the name of the corner. He goes to the outside, now has the inside for the chicane, and I think, yeah, that's a successful overtake. Very nicely done from our champion from the Nürburgring. Maxi Röhrig taking over P7, and now on the hunt up unto René Schwarz. We still have 38 minutes to go in this race, whilst a lot of drivers were already in pit lane. Kilian Lutterbach with 82 seconds according to race control with his pit time, so very, very good. And yeah, Rafael Steffes right behind Maxi Röhrig, now probably trying to stay in the slipstream and trying to keep up with Maxi Röhrig to let him pull up back to the front so that he can profit from Maxi Röhrig's pace as well. Let's see how many places Maxi Röhrig is able to take back as he spun out from P2. the top 4 very close together. And there we have the leader, Antonio Manganelli from Luzern, back in the picture, taking the double apex corner in the Goodyear Kehre, as I told you in the track introduction earlier before. Very good line, avoiding the inside curb on the left, taking all of the curb to the right, and then accelerating up the hill out of the Michael Schumacher S, approaching the Xiaomi corner, very aggressive over the AstroTurf on entry, and then the Bitburger curve on the right-hander, leading down to the Falkenbogen. And there we have Alexander Erben, 4th driver with a cutting drive-through. This is what you get, a cutting drive-through for Alexander Erben. If you go wide, you get a warning, and with 4 warnings, there is your penalty. So it's probably very easy to get a penalty in the chicane as well. Alex Erben running in P30, driver from Koblenz as well. And let me have a look. Ferdinando da Pice just behind Maxi Röhrig, who lost his place once more, lost his place to Raphael Steffes, as you can see on the left side. But Patrick Schischka, no, Maxi, nein, this is Jeremy Baumert. Jeremy Baumert really trying now to get the hang on Antonio Manganelli. The next Baumert Motorsport guy trying to put the pressure on Antonio Manganelli and have him fight for his win, for his maiden win. And let's see if he's able to to overtake him. I was about to think how he's able to solve the mystery of overtaking Antonio Manganelli. Speaking of something different, a Porsche on the right side, as you can see, there he is, Tom Casey. Once more spinning out of the target racing curve. And now we're approaching again the Goodyear Kehre on the lowest point of the Nürburgring GP track. Accelerating up the hill, Michael Schumacher S, there we have it in big red letters. Patrick Schischka getting overtaken by Jeremy Baumert, and now fights for his chance to secure P3 in the championship. As I said, for all the viewers, all the new viewers, Patrick Schischka has to finish in front of Antonio Manganelli to secure P3. So P1 already taken by Maximilian Röhrig. He's the champion of the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series in 2025. Jeremy Baumert already secured P2 in the championship. And then there's a big gap to Patrick Schischka. And Patrick Schischka had 3 points more than Sandro Bolzhauser and only 2 points, another 2 points to Antonio Manganelli. So these 3 drivers are really fighting for P3 in the championship. And I think there is even a not too shabby price for being P3. First place driver wins a driving academy experience. So this is for Maximilian Röhrig. The second place driver wins 2 tickets for the 24-hour race 2025 at the real life Nürburgring. And third place, this is what we're racing for tonight, €100 merchandise voucher from the Nürburgring. So that's what's on stake today. Antonio Manganelli looking like he's taking his chances, but under pressure, under real pressure from Jeremy Baumert. Whilst Maxi Röhrig really having difficulties today. I'm really wondering what is happening to Maxi Röhrig. Sorry, only in P8, 5 seconds behind Raphael Steffes. Must have been another spin or something like that. Let me have a quick look. Nothing in race control. Simon Kirchhoff, pit lane time too short. Assis drives, pit lane time way too short. But he only took his drive-through penalty, obviously. So that's not a problem. And then we do have Ferdinando. No, this is Max Grenzner, chased by Sandro Bolzhauser. Sandro Bolzhauser, this is the guy having chances for P3. Yes, he's in P4 in the championship currently. But he has to speed up a little bit to get up top to the front running guys from Antonio Manganelli and Jeremy Baumert leaning on the inside there in Xiaomi corner. Can Max Grenzner fight back? Yes, he can. back to the inside for Max Grenzner, and side by side they go to the Bitburger corner, and Sandro Bolshauser finishes the overtake and takes P10 from Max Grenzner. Let's see if he defends. Yes, he defends the inside. Let's see who breaks later whilst the camera is switching away. Sergio Tranicero in P4 already once, as I said in the qualifying before, doing a very, very good job, being very competitive. Let's see if he's able to speed up just a little bit. Just these small little margins you miss getting just really up front, you know. Missing probably his pace probably by 1 or 2 tenths to be really, really fighting for the win. But yeah, he's doing a very good job. Last race in Barcelona, he did his debut in the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series. This one is the second race for him, and already being in P4. Last time in Barcelona, he didn't have that much luck because he got taken out in turn 1. But now he's fighting for the win. He's being back in P4 and really in contention for at least a podium position, whilst Antonio Manganelli still leading the race just in front of Jeremy Baumert and Patrick Cziszka. Yeah, Tanguy, good prices already, always in our championships. So if you enter the, as I said, you can still enter the Nürburgring eSports Championship 2025. Next week prologue starts, and in the Nürburgring eSports Championship there are even bigger prizes. The first place, again, a driving academy experience at the real-life Nürburgring, whilst Daniel Grings is driver number 5 with a cutting drive-through penalty. Second place, €200 tourist drive voucher, very good price as well. And third place, again, a merchandise voucher you can win in the championship, in the NEC championship. Nürburgring eSports Championship starting, as I said, next week with the prologue in Daytona Multiclass Championship, GTPs and GT3s. So if you still want to join the championship, you are able to do so in Switzerland. Germany, everything is fully booked, while Sergio Tranicero, René Schwarz and Maxi Röhring exactly at the half-an-hour mark entering pit lane for their mandatory pit stop. Let's have a look on race control if the pit stop is fine for them, if the pit stop time is fine for them. And let's see if they exit the pits in the same order as they entered the pits. René Schwarz, Thibaut Ruffieux in P9, already in pits as well. Sergio Tranicero already out of pits, falling behind Max Grenzner, but with a little bit of a clean window, yeah, clean track, you say. So being able with the new tires to really push his car to the limit and make up probably a little bit of time. Let's see, to get his tires up to temperature. Tires are cold when you exit the pits. Let's see if the pit lane times are fine. A little bit short for Sergio. Race control, please have a look. According to my standings, it's only 6 seconds too short. So, John, using AC for esports, logic finally prevails. Yeah, thank you for. I think it's something good you wrote. Yeah, AC still one of the best simulators on the market, and as you can see, highly modifiable for all our needs, with all the sponsors, with all the boards, with all the cars, with all the tracks, and everything you can get out of Assetto Corsa. Still, you are able to do so. So we're using it. We're using it in all our bars. So if you want to have a good time on Assetto Corsa, driving a full motion racing simulator, visit us in one of our bars at the Nürburgring in Koblenz, in Zürich, in Luzern Opfikon, and oh no, Sergio Tranicero drive through for cutting. That is unfortunate. So if you want to join us, I missed one bar in Roche. Yeah, Roche at the Genfersee. Then feel free to do so. Pricing starts from €17 for a driving session. So feel free to book your place online for Nürburgring eSports under Nürburgring-esports.com. There you have a book now button. You can choose your bar, choose your venue, and book your driving sessions. So let's see, there were a lot of other drivers with a short pit stop. Yeah, but Patrick Schischka being in the pit lane as well, putting up his pit stop. Where did he came out? Yeah, this is P6. Patrick Schischka came out of the pit lane just behind Roberto Loreto and Noah Bolshauser. Ferdinando da Pice now up to P3, trying to lap one of the, I think this is Noah Bolshauser just in front of him. Yeah, they're having some difficulties to lap the BMW driver in front. Christoph, asking a very interesting question, actually. Yeah, my colleague already answered the question and answered it very good. Because, yeah, it has to suit our needs, you know. We will probably, or we will surely feature it just to test it and just to experience the Nürburgring in its yeah, the whole Nürburgring area. We will very surely feature it, but I'm not sure if we're using it in the meantime for racing, because we don't know the features. There is no multiplayer available at the moment. As far as I know, the timetable from Assetto Evo, I think multiplayer will get introduced with the next big content update somewhere in June, July, something like that. So yeah, let's see what it offers, and if we are able to... Oh, very interesting line from Antonio Manganelli there, using all of the track, having real troubles with his tires, getting very old after 35 minutes. So yeah, let's see if he heads for the pits. Let's see if he comes out in front of Patrick Schischka, who jumped Jeremy Baumert, by the way. Patrick Schischka in the pits, Jeremy Baumert, pit lane time 80 seconds. And I saw earlier Schischka with the pit lane time from with 74. So 6 seconds he made up in the pit lane and 3 seconds in front of Jeremy Baumert. So this is what you get when you're good at strategy, when you fuel your car up enough, when you don't change tires. Tangi, when will this come to the United States? Yeah, if you have an investor, if you have some space, Nürburgring eSports is a franchise-orientated company. So we're going to sell our franchise to sell our venues as a franchise concept. So if you're interested to open up a Nürburgring eSports bar somewhere in the United States, feel free to contact us. We're happy to help you, and we will happy to set everything up. There will be 5 more bars from Nürburgring eSports this year. Different locations in Germany, whilst Antonio Manganelli is in the pits. Different locations in Germany and Switzerland, and one franchise location already in Spain. So if you're interested to open up a Nürburgring eSports bar with our help, obviously as a franchise, then let us know. Get in touch with us, and we're doing the best for you to race under the Nürburgring eSports flags. What game it is? Still the Nürburgring, still Assetto Corsa Vanilla, we're highly modified. Yeah, thank you, Tangi. Let's see how it would be. Yeah, sure. Should be a very good game. I drove the 0.2 version, which came out yesterday, and I was very impressed with the driving performance of the game. Content still a little bit low. Yeah, and there we have it. There we have it. The lead changed. Patrick Schischka now in front of Jeremy Baumert and Antonio Manganelli. Sorry, I'm coming back to Assetto Evo in a second, but we have to talk about this change of how do you say it? Oh, my English is, yeah. As you can see, as you can hear, I'm a native English speaker, but I'm trying to entertain you as good as I can. Yeah, but that's a change of things happening here in the race. Patrick Schischka taking over P1. Jeremy Baumert only P2. 3 seconds behind, and Antonio Manganelli another 3 seconds behind. Then Raphael Steffes making up a lot of places, moving up to P4, and Michael Bauer only P5. Maxi Röhrig gaining some spaces, being P6. Sergio Draniceru, I think he still has 2 pit stops. He already took his drive-through penalty in P7. No, he doesn't get a drive-through penalty, doesn't he? Sergio Draniceru, he gets a time penalty. If he really was too short in the pits. Let me quickly have a check on the penalties. No, not yet a penalty. Now we have one of the... Yeah, there we have him. Sergio Draniceru. Yeah, Miles, this will be... It is Nürburgring. It is Nürburgring, Mr. Shadow. It is Nürburgring GP track. We're racing for the GT3 series whilst we were watching Daniel Grings going off track. And I'm not casting in German. I'm a German guy casting in English. Yeah, that's right. But I'm not casting in German for you guys. We're watching the same race and I'm trying to talk English as good as I can. Whilst watching Thibaut Rouffieux, one of the rookie drivers from the bar in Luzern Kriens, driving in the Audi R8 GT3 LMS Evo. And putting up a very good race, being the second best Audi. As you can see, Roberto Lorente is just in front of him. So yeah, we're trying to... Doesn't look like the GP track at all. No, we changed a lot of things on the GP track. As I said, we're using Assetto Corsa, and Assetto Corsa is highly modifiable. So the bridges are different. All the banners on the left side are different. There are a lot of signs and flags being very different, but the track layout is totally fine and totally the same. As you can see, there. Oh, Sergio Draniceru disqualified because we join this channel once more. Yeah, probably. You probably heard, missed my voice for a few seconds. So, Sergio Draniceru being disqualified for not taking his drive-through penalty, which is very unfortunate. He got a drive-through penalty a few minutes ago for cutting. As I was saying earlier, when you cut the track for about... when you cut the course 4 times, you get 4 warnings. And with the 4th warning, you get a drive-through penalty. So if you don't take the drive-through penalty, yeah, that's what you get. You get disqualified. Very unfortunate. Very good race up until this place. Up until this time, Sergio Draniceru. I want to applaud him for this race, but very unfortunate being disqualified during the race. Patrick Schischka and Jeremy Baumert, P1, P2. And here we have Michael Bauer and Raphael Steffes fighting for P4. This is a good race, but I was looking at the point standings. whilst they lap, or very closely, lap Tom Klesi in the Porsche. Not for the point standings, Michael Bauer only drove 2 races and Raphael Steffes only drove 1 race. So this is not very interesting for the championship, but interesting to watch the fight nevertheless. The interesting part is up top, where Antonio Manganelli now loses out on the on P3 in the championship against Patrick Schischka if it stays like this. But yeah, we will still have another winner, or a different winner than Baumert Motorsport. Guys watching the latest, Jeremy Baumert and Maxi Röhrig dominating the championship for the early stages of the race, but getting a very good run for their money in the last 2 races. And today as well, Patrick Schischka from MSC Adenau, teammate from Michael Bauer. You can see it all over the wing, MSC Adenau. Fighting for the win and fighting for his chance of getting P3 in the championship. Track limits counts, yes. As I said, 3 warnings, and with the 4th warning you get a drive-through penalty. We're using Real Penalty app in Assetto Corsa, where you have to slow down by 20% if you cut the track, so that it's not counted as a warning. So even if you make a mistake and go and run out of the track, you can still you're still in charge to tell the game, okay, I didn't make up any time, so you don't have to give me a warning. This is what happened to a lot of guys, because I see a lot of track cuts, but not every time it's a warning. But especially coming up in the Vedol chicane, Vedol S, this one, the tight chicane we're racing today, you can very easily get a penalty by cutting the course. So, and if you get 3 warnings, then you are off. So let me have a look at the fastest lap times. Currently best lap looks like it's very close again. Maxi Röhrig 57.0, Michael Bauer 57.0. Let me have a quick look at the last lap times. Up top, Schischka Patrick with a 57.6 and Jeremy Baumert with a 57.7. So very close. Antonio Manganelli half a second slower than the guys up front. So yeah, looks like in Germany we say die Messe ist gelesen. But let's see, still 15 minutes to go, still a quarter of the race to go, whilst we're watching the fight for the last spot in the top 10. Max Grenzner versus Sandro Bolzhauser. And I think Norbert, is this Norbert Diewald? Yeah, he is. Norbert Diewald behind, running a different livery today for some reason. So I was a little bit confused, to be honest. But yeah, he's running a different livery, but he's still in the fight for the top 10 finish, Ferdinando Dapice. Meanwhile, every driver was in the pits, whilst Yannick Haas gets another drive-through penalty for cutting the course. Yannick Haas gets another drive-through for speeding. Okay, he's having a rough night today. But yeah, I think Yannick Haas is one of the new drivers from Luzern, making his debut today. So yeah, I think he gets a drive-through, whilst René Schwarz, 5 seconds from race direction. Probably he crashed into Maxi Röhrig earlier, where Maxi Röhrig lost his positions once more, or lost a lot of time, and yeah, was really kicked out of contention for the win, whilst Sandro Bolzhauser making up a lot of time to Max Grenzner behind, 6/10. Oh no, Max is still very close. It was a bad exit from Michael Schumacher, as you lose a lot of ground and a lot of momentum when you drive out from the Michael, or when you cut the grass in the Michael Schumacher S, you lose a lot of speed, whilst RC's drives, unfortunately, gets another penalty. Everybody is allowed to participate as long as you pay the entry fee. So there is, and if there's obviously a free space for you to ride. As I said, the Nürburgring, this is the last race for the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series, but we're starting the Nürburgring eSports Championship. This is our main championship. 8 races. In Germany, it costs €380 to participate, all 8 races. And in Switzerland, I think it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm not really sure. You can have a look on our homepage, Nürburgring eSports.com, Nürburgring-esports.com. There you have the championships up in the top half or in the header of the web page, and you can book your spot if there is any free spot. Nürburgring and Koblenz already sold out, but we're opening new bars very soon this year, and you can join the championship in the middle of the championship if you want. But there's, as I said, there's no regulation for you to participate. You can just sign in the championship, secure your spot, pay the entry fee, and then you're good to go. There's always a briefing for all the drivers and a free practice session from about 1.5 hours, nearly 2 hours before the races, and you obviously are allowed to practice before the races, the days before the races in our Nürburgring eSports bars. So there will be a 24-hour race, yes, as well, Shadow. We will have an Assetto Corsa 24-hour race in partnership with Assetto Corsa Friends. So go to either our Discord channel, which should be somewhere in the link tree on Instagram, or to the Discord channel from the Assetto Corsa Friends, and we're participating in the 24-hour race together with these guys. Multiclass 4 classes will be at the 9th and 10th of August this year. So there will be a 24-hour race, and there will be a 12-hour race in December as well. Then single, usually only in all of our Nürburgring eSports bars, all of our 5 venues at the moment. But in December, I hope we will have 8, 9, probably about 10 venues open, so a very packed field is to be expected. So you can take part in the 12-hour race as well, from 12 lunch to 12 midnight, racing in our bars. Very good experience last year. You can re-watch the stream on our channel and the Nürburgring channel as well. Then we're obviously driving the Nordschleife for a 12-hour race as well as for the 24-hour race. Another special event which can interest you, which is probably about to interest you, is our Legends race in September. So feel free to have a look on our website. Feel free to locate your nearest bar and locate the next possibility to race in a full motion racing simulator at Nürburgring eSports. This is Antonio Manganelli losing out on strategy and, by the looks of it, losing out on pace in the second half of the race as well. So Antonio Manganelli only, more than 4 seconds behind the top guys. And there we have Maxi Röhrig and Raphael Steffes fighting for P5, coming up onto the chicane. Leave space, guys. Very good overtake from Raphael Steffes. Around the outside in the entering the chicane. Now defending his position in the Hyundai N corner. And Maxi Röhrig has to do it all over again, taking P5 from the Raphael Steffes Credit Reform driver. Tom Clesi with another drive-through. This time it's from race control. So should have been something a little bit more of an incident, whilst Ingo Werner is the next with the cutting penalty. So let's see if Patrick Schischka, Jeremy Baumert, Antonio Manganelli, Michael Bauer, all the guys up top, they all didn't get the penalty up until now. The fastest guy up top with the penalty, this was Sergio Traniceru, who then missed to take his penalty. While we're watching at this battle once more, Raphael Steffes, very gentle driving, they leave the space each other. Raphael Steffes on the left side with the BMW, and Maximilian Röhrig on the inside, going down the hill onto the Goodyear Kehre on the inside. This is a very good line, and he should be able to take the place from Raphael Steffes, but he's hanging around the outside and trying to keep his car on the outside, because next corner is a left corner again. Maxi Röhrig, can he turn into the corner? No, still side by side. This is great racing, and now he got the pole position. This is awesome racing, guys. Awesome racing from Maxi Röhrig and Raphael Steffes, leaving space for each other and having very, very good racing here at the final stages of the race only 8 minutes ago. And I think this battle is not over yet. Raphael Steffes still very deep in the slipstream, deep under the wing of Maxi Röhrig, going to the inside once more. Maxi Röhrig defending on the outside. Who's the one later braking? Leave space, very good. A little bit too much curb. And Raphael Steffes got the position. And Maxi Röhrig, you see, He tapped the brakes, obviously. He is on 3 warnings, so he can't have another warning. So he's on 3 warnings, and then he had to tap the brakes to slow down to not get the 4th warning, which equals the drive-through penalty. Very good fight, very entertaining to see. Let's see, where are another fight? There are another fight at P8 and P9, Daniele Gaetani and Ferdinando Rapice. But Patrick Schischka in P1. Is he the first driver not driving for Baumert Motorsport, winning a race this time at the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series? Let's see. Probably he is on 3 warnings as well. I don't know. Probably he gets some difficulties whilst lapping another car. Let's see if he can navigate around the Audi without any problems. Looks like the Audi just recognized the lead car of Patrick Schischka, and yeah, lets him pass on the inside. Very good racing, very good race awareness. And Jeremy Baumert, 1.67 seconds behind. Did he already give up? Or is he still fighting to get to Patrick Schischka? But as you can see, as I told you in qualifying, it's very competitive. All the drivers, lap time after lap time, 57.4, 57.5, 57.6. There we have the difficulties whilst lapping. Pascal Schmitz being in the fight with one of the Lexus, I think it's Remo Kunz. Yeah, Remo Kunz. Must have been Remo Kunz. Being in the fight with one of the Lexus drivers, and they're getting a little bit out of shape, and yeah, the gap is down to 8/10 of a second. So yeah, there we have it. The fight for the win is open once more. 5 minutes to go. It's about 5 minutes to go. Let me quickly count. It must have been about 3 laps, I think. 3 laps to go in this race, and then Nürburgring eSports GT3 Championship is over. Let's see if anybody is able to claim the victory. Is it Patrick Schischka or is it Jeremy Baumert? We will find out in about 5 minutes. Or can even Antonio Manganelli close the gap when they start battling and go for the lead and go for P3 in the championship? Very hard to navigate all around the traffic, but as I can see, there's a lot of clean track in front of them now. So let's see who really has the pace to pull away in case of Patrick Schischka, or close the gap even more from Jeremy Baumert. We're switching to another battle. Max Grenzner against Norbert Diewald. That's Max Grenzner racing at the Nürburgring, as well as Norbert Diewald racing for is he racing for MSC? I don't know. I'm not pretty sure. I'm not so sure. But very fast driver in our venues and having a good a mixed experience in season 1. Very fast if he has clean track, but yeah, very hard for him to navigate with all around the traffic with all the GT3s running in our championships. But as you can see, it's very difficult for all the drivers to navigate through the traffic because, as I said earlier, there is no Antonio Manganelli with a very crash-damaged McLaren, a very damaged McLaren at the front. Did he slap the pit entry wall again? What he did in Barcelona as well, and lost the lead because he missed the pit entry. It looks like it's very damaged up front. Yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah, why 5-second Manganelli? Manganelli with a 5-second penalty. I think I missed that. Okay. So the skill gap of the drivers, sorry, I'm now being back. The skill gap of the drivers from just up front to right of the back of the field is pretty big. As I said, there is no license you have to make. Just book your seat, pay the entry fee, enter your championship, and you're free to race. Very good, because everybody can race. You don't have to qualify for anything. You can just take the experience racing in a full motion racing simulator, professional racing series, race control, a good streaming, and everything is running as it should. And you can really have good races, really competitive races up front. You saw it in qualifying. 20 drivers within 2 seconds. This is crazy. You don't even get that in real life DTM on shorter tracks. So yeah, it's crazy. The competitiveness of Nürburgring eSports Championship is very impressive. So let's see if Patrick Schischka can withstand the pressure from Jeremy Baumert. Jeremy Baumert being very close, very close. So let's see, 2 minutes to go. Let's see if we have, yeah, it's 1:56. Okay, it's last lap. Last lap for both of the drivers. And whilst Maxi Röhrig gets a 5-second penalty, probably crashing out one of the back markers. And this is very close now. Patrick Schischka and Jeremy Baumert, I'm already preparing. Turn down your volume when they start really battling. No, don't turn it down. Enjoy the racing. Look how close this is. MSC Adenau. Patrick Schischka against Jeremy Baumert. Baumert Motorsport accelerating out of the AMG arena, going down the hill, approaching the Packet Racing curve. Left, and then we're right, and then there's a good overtaking spot if you have a good exit out of the corner to the Goodyear corner. To the Goodyear corner there, but it's too far behind for Jeremy. Is he able to close the gap and get another opportunity, probably into the chicane? Let's see. Going up the hill, Michael Schumacher S. Very good line from Patrick Schischka, taking the car very stable. And in the slipstream, Jeremy Baumert, 4/10 behind, clipping the curb on the inside. Yeah, rotating the car very good. And now it's important to get a very good exit onto the final straight of this race. It looks like he is too far behind, but let's see. Let's see, Patrick Schischka will defend the inside for sure. And will Jeremy Baumert make a maneuver? No, he won't. He doesn't try too far behind. Last chicane, hopping over the curb with the Corvette, and there's the left car getting out of the way. He closed the inside line, and looks like Patrick Schischka is taking the win here at the Nürburgring. Very close, Jeremy Baumert behind. What a great battle, and Patrick Schischka takes the win at the Nürburgring GP track. Round 6 of the Nürburgring eSports GT3 series. Jeremy Baumert being beaten the first time from another driver, which is not his teammate in P2, Antonio Manganelli, with a 5-second penalty, still in P3. He got the 5-second time penalty because he crashed into a lapped car. Then we do have Michael Bauer in P4, and yeah, some burnouts from Jeremy Baumert, being very happy with P2 and finalizing the championship. Our championship winner, Maxi Röhrig, finishing the race in P5, in front of René Schwarz in P6, Rafael Steffes in P7, Daniele Gaetani already crossed the line in P8. Very good result for him. And Ferdinand, Daniele Gaetani got a penalty, I think, because Ferdinando da Pice finishes in P8, Daniele Gaetani P9, Max Grenzner in P10, and Norbert Diewald just missed out on the top 10 in P11. Thibaut Rouffieux and Roberto Lorente in P12 and 13. Sandro Bolzhauser only P14. Oh no, I missed one, and one of the drivers already left the race, I think. So yeah, it's a little bit mixed up on the left side. So René Schwarz, Kilian Lutterbach, Rafael Steffes, Noah Bolzhauser, Assis drives with all his penalties. Oh, René Schwarz, 70 seconds penalty to final time. Oh wow, what did he do? I think he speeded in the pit lane. 70 seconds can only be a speeding penalty. Yo. Habe ich gelesen. Ja, I read that, Mr. Jaczynski. Fine, for me. So, let's have a look at the final drive. So, very entertaining race once more. Thank you for being part of the Nürburgring eSports final at the Nürburgring GP track. I'm sitting just at the first corner at the Ravenol S, watching the sun go down. A very romantic view out of my window, and a very good race for you and for us to watch this evening with our championship winner, Maxi Röhrig, Jeremy Baumert, finishing the championship in a very impressive P2. Actually, in the end, very close behind his teammate, 14 points behind Maxi Röhrig. And yeah, Patrick Schischka securing P3 in the championship with his win today. And yeah, then we do have Antonio Manganelli finishing the championship in P4, Sandro Bolzhauser losing out and finishing the championship in P5. All the drivers now are getting out of the simulators, and besides everything you know from sim racing, they're meeting in the bar. So every driver from Nürburgring, they're just around the corner, or they're just in the bar, taking, enjoying a cold beer, enjoying a Coca-Cola, whatever you want, and talking about the race. And this is what makes Nürburgring eSports special. You don't get out of your rig and then you go for a cigarette and go for a pee and then go for a sleep because nobody is there anymore in your voice chat. So no, you meet at the bar in the Nürburgring eSports bar, and then you can talk about the race, talk with your opponents, make friends in sim racing. This is what makes us special, and I hope everybody will see. I hope everybody will be able to enjoy one of our Nürburgring eSports bars. So there I am again. As I said in the beginning, my name is Sebastian. I was your host in English. I hope you enjoyed the racing and the stream. You enjoyed my commentary. Although I'm not a native English speaker, I think it's rather fine. You were able to follow me. And on the left side, there is the NEC 2025 calendar. Prologue starts already next week. Probably there will not be a stream for the prologue, but there will be a stream for round 1 in Daytona. Other than that, 12th of June, this is already postponed. 26th June in Qatar is the next race. And then, the dates you can read yourself. There will be another race in November because we have to postpone the round 2 date because of an event in Koblenz, so that we have there's no interference with other events in our bars, because already you can't only race in our bars, you can even have a good time and some kind of a company meeting or whatever company a team building event in our bars. So this is what happens in 12th June in 2 of our bars, so we had to postpone that race. But nevertheless, at the 22nd of May, there will be the first race, NEC 2025 Championship. And we're racing a multi-class championship. The trailer will be shown very lately. I'm happy to have you all on board. A lot of viewers today on our channel. I'm happy to entertain you around your Thursday evening. I think we're switching to the NEC in a second. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Make sure you subscribe on the Nürburgring channel. Make sure you subscribe on the Nürburgring eSports channel, because most of the races from the NEC will be streamed on our Nürburgring eSports channel. And what do I want to say? Join our social media, join our Instagram. It's Nürburgring eSports _GER for Germany and CH for Switzerland. So make sure you join our social media channels on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn and YouTube to stay informed of all our championships, of all our special events. I was talking before, Legends race coming up in September, 12-hour race coming up in December, and a 24-hour race in partnership with Assetto Corsa Friends in August. So if you want to race the 24-hour race in one of our bars, feel free to write us an email to ask us about the possibility. Join your, take your friends, be take your 3 or 4 friends and then have a good time in our esports bars when you wanna race the 24-hour race or the 12-hour race in December. So feel free to join our racing. Feel free to test our simulators and be welcome in all of our bars. Go to the website and there you can find all the locations. I'm your host Sebastian and I'm out for today. Have a good night and see you soon again in one of the next streams from Nürburgring eSports.com.